started, yeah. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasya Vastamam Jyashtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Ana Shrunvannotibhisi Dasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namah. Om Vrishabham Charshaninam Vishvarupamadaabhyam Brihaspatim Varenyam. Om Tadvishno Paramam Palam Sada Pashyanti Surayah Divi Vachakshuratatam. Om Shri Mahalakshmiyai Namah. Om Shri Madhadakshamurtaye Namah. Om Shlim Dhrim Jyotirbrahmaya Namah. Can everybody say Hare Rama Krishna 3 times? Om Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Welcome back after a long break. Again, which house are we in? Ninth house. We did half of ninth house, right? Yeah, now I remember. Which page? Upcoming. One. Right. So we did 16 up to 11. Okay. We did 11 slokas. So the 12th sloka. The 12th sloka in chapter 20 of Santanam's version, effects of the 9th house. Bhagya Bhava Phaladhyaya. Yes, I have it. कर्माधिपेन सहितो विक्रमेशोऽपि निर्बलः भाग्यपो नीच मूढस्थो योगो भिक्षासनप्रदः कर्माधिपेन सहितो विक्रमेशोऽपि निर्बलः. Karmadhipena Sahito means with the 10th Lord, conjoining the 10th Lord, who Vikrameshopi, the 3rd Lord. Api means also, Nirbala means weak. So he is saying, if the 3rd Lord is also weak with the 10th Lord, which implies that 10th Lord is also weak. So 10th and 3rd Lords are together and they are weak. And both of them are weak. Exactly what kind of strength he is talking about, we are not sure. But they are somehow weak. Bhagyapo Nicha Modhastho Yogo Bhikshasana Pradaha. And the 9th Lord is either debilitated or combust. Modhastha means combust. Then this combination is for Bhikshasana Pradaha, means living by begging. The person goes begging for his food. Interesting. Okay. Sasthastamavyaye bhanu randhre se bhagya samyute. Sasthastamavyaye bhanu randhre se. I should turn this off. Sasthastamavyaye bhanu randhre se bhagya samyute. Vyaye se lagna rasisthe shashthe se panchame sthite. Jatasya jananat purvam janakasya mrutir bhavet. Okay. We will stop with one and a half verse. We will see. Sasthashtama vyaye. 6th, 8th and 12th. Bhanu means sun. The actual word is Bhanuhu, but after Sandhi, because Ra comes after it, it becomes Bhanu. Sasthashtama. Bhanu actually has two meanings also. Bhanu can also mean two suns. It's basically the Dvivachanam, the dual case of sun. But there are no two suns in astrology, so that's not the meaning here. It is simply Sandhi of Bhanu plus Randhresha, becomes Bhanu Randhresha. So, sun is in the 6th, 8th or 12th house. Randhreshe Bhagya Samyute. The 8th lord is in the 9th house. Jayeshe Lagna Rasiste, the 12th lord is in Lagna. Sastheshe Panchame Sthite, 6th lord is in the 5th house. Jatasya Jananat Purvam Janakasya Mrutir Bhavet. Jatasya, for the native, Jananat Purvam, before the birth, Janakasya Mrutir Bhavet. Father will expire. Father will expire before the birth of the person. Why all these? Pardon me? Okay. Son has to be in the 6th or 8th or 12th. Basically the Karaka, Pitrakaraka has to be in a Dusthana. The 8th lord is in the 9th house. The 8th lord is in the 9th house. Randhre se bhagya samyute. Yaye se lagna rasisthe. So 12th lord is in Lagna. So Lagna contains the 12th lord. Sashthe se panchame sthite. And the 6th lord is in 5th house. Okay. The next combination is Randhrasthana Gate Surya. Basically the thing is whether father expires before birth or not is difficult to read from this based on the knowledge that we have. But the fact that son is in a Dusthana is not good for father. The 9th house is afflicted by the 8th lord. That is also not good for father. So we know that those combinations by themselves are not so good for father anyway. Now what is 12th lord being in Lagna have to do with father's death? Why 12th lord in Lagna and why 6th lord in the 5th house? 6th lord in the 5th house. Pardon me?
6th house is the second house.
6th house is second house from 5th, okay?
The Marka Lord is in.
Right, but why for father?
It should have something to do with 9th house.
Yeah. So taking the 9th house as reference, the 6th house is nothing but the 10th house. So the 10th lord is in 9th for father. 10th lord is in 9th for father. And the 4th lord is in 5th. 10th lord is in 9th, 4th lord is in 5th for father. Why? What is so big? What is it? Yeah. So what is the big deal about those two? See, first thing is where is Upada? Where is Ul? Ul is wife, but it is also losses, tangible losses. Where is Ul? It is in the second house of family, right? If the 12th lord is in Lagna, the 12th lord's Arudha will be in second house, family. So, Kutumbasthana has the Arudha of 1 Dusthana. So, some loss in the family is indicated. Could be father, could be somebody, some uncle, aunt, somebody. But some loss in the family is indicated. And the planet who is causing it is in Lagna. So, it can happen at birth or before birth also. Now secondly, if the 8th lord is in the 9th house, where is A8? Vrichupada. No. 8th lord is in 9th house. It is in the 10th house. So the Vrichupada A8, which shows big setbacks for the person, it is basically in the 10th house. And where is the A6? Sixth lord is in 5th house or 4th house. So, if you take the 9th house as the reference, the 2nd and 8th from it have A6 and A8 of the native. So, A6 and A8 of this native are mutually in Samsaptakar. The A6 and A8. What is A6? some big obstacle to overcome or some struggle of the person. And what is A8? Some big setback or some big death-like suffering. So those two things basically being in mutual kendras, especially Samasaptakas, means there is some, this is kind of like 6th Lord and 8th Lord together, or 6th Lord and 8th Lord aspecting each other. So what it means is there is a, for the native, there is some suffering. There is some suffering and some setback and some struggle the native has to undertake. Because it is happening in Marakasthanas from father, the 2nd and 8th house from the 9th house, right? Take 9th house as reference, this is in the 2nd and 8th house axis. So two Dusthana Arudhas falling in the Marakasthanas from 9th house could show that setback coming with respect to father. Those are the Marakasthanas. So it could be death. But the thing is, we don't have a clear logic to say that it will be death. Parashara gave that combination, but based on our intellectual level, all we can say is there will be some struggle and some setbacks relating to father for the person. That is all we can read from the knowledge that we have into this combination. Yeah, forget sun, the others basically, yeah, all have to happen. So the remaining three, the probability is 112 times 112 times 112. Now sun being in one of these three houses is 1 over 4. 1 over 4, 3 over 12 or 1 over 4. So it's basically 1 over 4 times 12 cube. It's a big 1 over a big number, so it's a very small probability. It's a very rare combination. So even if you find it partially, not fully but partially satisfied, there can be some problem relating to father. Okay. Randhrasthanagate, 1 second, just give me a second. Didn't happen, okay. Randhrasthanagate surye रंध्रे से भाग्य भावगे जातस्य प्रथमाब्दे तु पितुर्मरणमादिशेत. रंध्रस्थानगते सूर्य means what is randhra? Randhra literally means hole, vulnerability. Yes, 8th house. So randhrasthana, remember, randhrasthana always refers to 8th house. So 8th house contains sun. Randhre se bhagya bhavage. The 8th lord is in the 9th house. So sun in 8th, 8th lord in 9th, just like earlier. Jatasya prathamabdetu pitur maranamadishe. In the first year of the native, father will die, which basically means father will not survive for a long time. He will not have a long life after the person is born. Why is this bad? Sun in 8th house and 8th lord in 9th house. Both are obviously bad. Sun is the Karaka. Him being in the 8th house shows some setback relating to father, and 8th lord being in 9th afflicts the 9th house. Right? Okay. And also another thing is, if you take sun as the reference or the 9th house from sun to see father, where is the Mruchapada here? The A8? It is in the 7th house from 9th from sun. It's a little confusing, but bear with me. Sun is in the 8th house. So the 9th house from sun will be the 9th house from 8th house, which is 4th house. Right? So 4th house can be taken as reference to see father apart from 9th house. The 9th from sun can be seen for father apart from 9th from lagna. Because sun is the Karaka, Naisargika Karaka, according to Parashara. So if you take the 9th from sun, which is the 4th house from lagna, then A8 is in the 7th from it. It is in the 10th house as we saw earlier. So, or if you take the 9th house from lagna itself, A8 is in 2nd house. So A8 is either in the 2nd house or in the 7th house from both the references that show father. So Mruchapada of the native, which shows some suffering of the native, happens to be in Marakasthana from father, based on both the lagnas of father. So there is a chance that father will pass away and give some suffering to this native very quickly. Why 1 year? We don't know. Jaye se bhagya rashisthe ययेशे भाग्यराशिस्थे नीचांशे भाग्यनायके तृतीये षोडशे वर्षे जनकस्य मृतिर्भवेत् ययेशे भाग्यराशिस्थे. The 12th lord is in the 9th house. So instead of 8th lord, now we are coming to the 12th lord. So yayeshe bhagya rashisthe. So 12th lord is in the 9th house. And what else? Nichamse bhagya nayake. The 9th lord is in debilitated navamsha or dvadashamsha. It only says hamsha. Debilitated in division. Probably dvadashamsha. Tritiye shodashe varshe is in the third house, third year, or in the 16th year of the native. Janakasya mritir bhavet. Father will expire. Either in the third year or in the 16th year. Again, the combination is bad, but why those specific numbers we don't know. There may be some special dasha, Rashi dasha. The next one is Lagneshe Nasha Rashisthe Randheshe Bhanu Samyute Vitiye Dvadase Varshe Pitur Maranamadishe. Lagneshe Nasha Rashisthe means the Lagna Lord is in what is Nasha? What is Nasha Rashi? Yes, 12th house. Nasha means destruction or loss. So Lagna Lord is in the 12th house. Randheshe Bhanu Samyute means the 8th Lord is conjoining sun. Dvitiye Dvadase Varshe. Dvitiye Dvadase Varshe. Either in the second house, second year or in the 12th year. Pitur Maranavadishet. You can predict the death of father. Right. Bhagyad Randhagate Rahau Bhagyad Bhagyakate Ravau Shodaseshtadase Varshe Shodaseshtadase Varshe Janakasya mritir bhavet Bhagyad Randhagate Rahau. If Rahu is in Bhagyad Randha means from the 9th house, 8th house. What is the 8th house from 9th house? 4th house. So Rahu in the 4th house. Rahu in the 4th house. Bhagyad Randhagate Rahu Bhagyad Bhagyakate Ravau and Bhagyad Bhagyakate Ravau. And Sun is in the 9th from 9th, which is 5th. So Rahu is in the 4th house and Sun is in the 5th house. Then Shodaseshtadase Varshe Janakasya mritir bhavet. Either in the 16th year or in the 18th year, father will expire. We will forget the years, but why does it show misfortune with respect to father? Well, Rahu in the Margasthana is not good, Rahu in the 8th house, but why Sun in the 5th house? Why is that bad? Why is that bad? Yeah, why is that bad? He happens to be active in the 5th house because 9th from 9th. Yeah. So all those Karaka, Bhavanasha, all those don't apply. Anyway, those are controversial. They don't apply. His Sun in the 5th house, Rahu in the 4th house. Well, see, in all the combinations we have seen where there is some setback with respect to father. The Margasthana from father has some bad Arudha or bad Lord or bad planet like Rahu, etc. And Sun is afflicted. Is there an affliction to Sun here? Grahadrushti of Rahu, yes. So, even though Sun being in the 5th house per se may not be really bad for father, Sun being in the 5th house, being aspected by Rahu, is not good for father. Okay? So here Rahu is in Margasthana from the 9th house, 8th house, he is in the 8th from 9th, and he is aspecting Sun. The two from that bad house. He is aspecting the Karaka for father. That is why it is not good for father. Now why 16 and 18? There may be important years with respect to Rahu, based on Naisargika Dasha or something. We have some natural years that are taught by Sanjay ji. but by no means the list we have is complete. Basically, during various years in the person's life, there may be certain planets that may be dominant, and there may be some lost knowledge, and all these numbers may be coming from that knowledge. But what Parashara teaches is 16th or 18th year can be fatal for father. The next one, yeah.
If Sun in fifth aspect and Rahu in ninth, is what the combination is.
No, Rahu in fourth,
Rahu in fourth, Sun in
fifth. Rahu has aspect on the second house from there.
second house.
Right.
Yeah, fourth house. But if Sun and Rahu are together in the ninth house,
Yeah.
that itself is a bad combination.
Sun and Rahu are together in the.
Are conjoining in the ninth house.
Okay, fine. That is also bad. It is not mentioned, but that is also bad. Yes, you are. Now, Parashara has given some combinations which we are learning, and now you have mentioned another combination which is logical. Yes.
We don't
Complete.
have that combination.
Oh.
But my father was alright.
Okay.
What I was 40.
Mhm. Where is the ninth lord? Oh, so Sun happens to be the ninth lord. So, ninth lord is in the ninth house.
He gave some protection.
So that he gives protection.
What I didn't do.
Right. Rahu fixed is not good, but Sun being strong in Leo, he basically protected, perhaps. So there can be other factors also, but in general, for the ninth house, for the ninth lord, for Sun, affliction from Rahu or other malefics or Dusthana lords is not good. That is the bottom line we see from all these combinations. The next verse is Rahuna Sahite Surye Chandrat Bhagyakate Shanau Saptamaikona Vinshabde Saptamaikona Vinshabde, I think, yeah. Saptamaikona Vinshabde Tatasya Varnam Dhruvam. Saptamaikona Vinshabde, let's see how he interpreted. It should be the seventh or Saptama Ekona Vinshabde, so it should be R. Oh my god. Pardon me? Seventh R. Okay. That makes sense. Cool. Pardon me? Ekona Vinshat means 19. The thing is, what is surprising is everywhere he said Shodase, Ashtadase. Which means he used the Saptami Bhakti for both of them. In the 16th, in the 18th. Which means in the 16th or in the 18th. Like that he read. Dvitiye Dvadase. Tritiye Shodase. Like that he gave, whenever he gave two numbers, he gave the Saptami Bhakti of both of them. Here if he does it, it should be Saptame Ekona Vinshabde. You don't, if there is no Sandhi for Saptame Ekona Vinshabde, it doesn't become Saptama Ekona Vinshabde. It becomes only if you do Saptama plus Ekona Vinshabde, which means 7, 19. So it doesn't necessarily mean in the 7th, in the 19th. 7, 19, combining them like that is a little weird. That's why I was wondering how he interpreted. But that's the only logical interpretation. So Rahuna Sahite Surye. If Sun is with Rahu, like you said, but not necessarily just in the 9th house, anyhow. If Sun is with Rahu, that itself is bad. Chandrat Bhagyakate Shanau. In the 9th house from Moon, there is Saturn. Then Saptamaikona Vimshabde, in the Saptama or Ekona Vimsha. In the 19th or 7th year, Tatasya Varnam Dhruvam. Then father's death is Dhruvam, means definite. So Sun being with Rahu, we know, Karka being afflicted by eclipsed. And Chandrat Bhagyakate Shanau. Why is that important? What does that mean?
From moon being Rahu.
Yeah.
Ninth from
9th from Moon has Saturn. What does 9th from Moon show? Well, Moon is the Karaka for mother, but we are talking about father here, so forget mother. Moon is the Karaka of mind. So all houses from Moon can be taken. So 9th house from Moon is also important for seeing father. That is the bottom line here. The fact that he is mentioning the 9th house from Moon rather than 9th house from Lagna or Sun means it also has a role in deciding the matters relating to father. What exactly does it show?
But when it comes to mind, it is
Yeah, thought.
Why is the thought of a child, anything related to thought of a child related to death of a father?
Not thought of child. Ninth from moon. So thought of father.
No, moon of that native itself is the thought of that boy, of that native.
Native.
And you are talking about ninth of that thought.
Yeah, ninth house from moon is the thought of the person relating to parents, relating to father, relating to fortune, relating to guru.
Which is thought of that native relating to parents.
Right. So, relating to his father, not parents, father.
Your father.
Ninth is specifically father. So, Saturn afflicting that house means the person will have some sad thought. When Saturn comes into picture, when his dasa comes, or when his Naisargika dasa comes, or when his natural years come, when his Antardasa comes, the person may become sad with respect to father. If he loses father, if he or she loses father, the native will become sad about father, right? So, when you are trying to predict the death of father, if the person becomes sad as a result of father passing away, perhaps ninth house from moon is important. Ninth house from moon is the emotions of the person relating to father, thoughts of the person relating to father. And Saturn, so 7 and 19 somehow are relating to Saturn. Of course, if you look at the natural 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, Saturn's number is 7, he is number 7 planet, and 19 is his Vimshottari Dasha years, but that may not be the only reason. There may be some significance for which these numbers are associated with either Rahu or with Saturn. भाग्ये से विजय राशिस्थे भाग्ये से विजय राशिस्थे जये से भाग्य राशिगे वदाब्धि वदाब्धिमित वर्षाच्च what vada they means water. I'm not sure what it means. वदाब्धिमित वर्षाच्च पितुर्मरणमादिशेत. How does it translate? वदाब्धि 41 7th or 19 native in the 44th year. Vada Abdhi. I'm not actually sure. I'm wondering if there is a mistake. Vada Abdhi. The combination is basically Bhagya se Jaya Rashi se. Means if the 9th lord is in 12th house. 9th lord is in 12th house. यये से भाग्य राशि के यये से भाग्य राशि के means the 12th lord is in 9th house. So basically there is a parivartana between 12th and 9th lords. Vadabdhi Vidavashacha Piduru Maranamadiche. So he is giving Vadabdhi, that is basically the number of years when the father, that is the age of the person when father passed away. And I am not sure what Vadabdhi means. I have absolutely no idea. He said 44, but I have no idea how that came about. I mean, if you want to say it's 44, the literal word is Chatuschatvarinchat. That is the literal word. Obviously he didn't use that, but sometimes you can use in a tricky way. For example, you can say elephants, which basically means that direction, so it can show 8 or 10, like that. Basically you can say Nanda, you can say Tithis. If you say Tithis, there are 15 Tithis, like that. There are ways, but the thing is Abdhi. Abdhi literally means up means water, Abdhi means the storage place of water. So I am not sure what Vada means. Vada actually literally means speaking, speeches. Oh, actually there are 4 kinds of speeches. Yeah. So there are four speeches, right? The kind of speeches are Vaikhari, Pashyanti, Para Pashyanti, Majma, Vaikhari. These are the 4 kinds of speeches, right? So actually Vada speech is, there are four kind of speeches. So 4 is understood. Abdhi literally means Samudra, ocean. I mean, it can mean any storage, any reservoir of water, but specifically it can mean ocean. Jaladhi, Abdhi, all these words are indicated to, they indicate ocean. How many oceans are there in the world according to scriptures? 7. So I will interpret it as 4 and 7. Pardon me? Right, he is taking 44. Either taking 4 and 4 or taking 4 times 11. So I am not sure. My interpretation is, actually another way to interpret is, see 4 and 7, he said 4 and 7 years, which can be for 47, or typically they do reverse. So it is actually 74, but that is unlikely. 74th year father passed away is too much. So it can be 4 times 7. So it can be 28. So my interpretation is 28 years. If the 9th house and 12th house are exchanging, the lots are exchanging, my interpretation is 28 years father passed away. The next one, Ravyam Secha Sthite Chandre, Ravyam Secha Sthite Chandre, Lagne Serandhram Jute, Panchatrimshai Kachatparinchadvarshe Maranam Pituh. Okay, look. Ravyam Secha Sthite Chandre means moon is in the Amsha of sun. What Amsha? Avamsha or Dvashamsha? Probably Dvashamsha. Father. Right. Ravyam Secha Sthite Chandre. Moon is in sun's Amsha. Lagne Se Randhra Samyute. Lagna Lord is in 8th house. Panchatrimshaika Chatvarinsyad. Okay, Pancha means Pancha, 5. Trimshaika means Trimsha means 30. Trimshaika means 31. 5 or 31. Chatvarinsyad means 40. So 5 or 31 or 40 years age. At that age, father will pass away. Pardon me? Yeah, Chatvarinsyad is 40. Trimshat means 20. Trimshat means 30. Trimsha means 30. Vimsha means 20. Chatvarimsha means, actually we have Chatvarimshamsha. D40 is known as Chatvarimshamsha. Akshavedamsha or Chatvarimshamsha. Then Panchadasha is 50, 5 times, and Shashti is 60, and so on. Okay. Now, and for each number, if you say Yaka after this, basically one option. Similarly, if you say Dvatrimshat, it is 32. Like that, all these numbers go. So anyway, so here 5 or 31 or 40 years age, father will pass away. Yeah. Moon is in Samsamsa and Lagna Lord is in the 8th house. Yeah, that difference is rare. This is not a combination for short life or long life. This is a combination for specific planets influence. Those numbers are somehow associated with some planets. Okay, the next one. Okay, why moon in Samsam? The thing is, again, this is not a combination for either short life or long life. So we don't really know. If it is a short life or long life combination, we expect some consistency in the criteria. But this criterion is for certain planet or certain house influence in terms of some dasha scheme that we don't know of. Based on that scheme, these numbers basically show when father passed away. So I don't really have any insight. You understand what I am saying? If it is a formula for either short life or long life, we can basically make some sense like we have been doing. The next verse. The next verse is Panchasad. No, did I miss something? Yeah, I missed. Pitrusthanadhipe Surye. What? Pitrusthanadhipe Surye. Okay. Manda Bhauma Samanvite. Panchasad Vatsare Prapte Janakasya Mritir Bhavet. Okay. Pitrusthanadhipe Surye. What does it mean? Pitrustanadipe Surya. That means sun was the ninth house. So sun was the ninth. Pitrustanadipa means if the ninth lord is Surya means is sun. So if the ninth lord is sun. So ninth lord should be sun. Manda Bhava Samanvite means he should be with Mars and Saturn. Panchasad Vatsare. What is Panchasad? Panchadasha or Panchasad means 50. So Panchasad Vatsare means 50th year. Prapte Janakasya Mrutir Bhavet. The 50th year father passed away. Okay. This is interesting combination for what you are talking about. He didn't mention Rahu, but he is saying not ninth lord in the ninth house. He is simply saying sun happens to be the ninth lord. And he is with Mars or Saturn. Here what you have to realize is Mars or Saturn being is not like it is actually meant in a way like despite Mars and Saturn afflicting sun, the father lives till 50 years of age. That is basically the purport. It doesn't mean only if Saturn is with sun. If sun is the ninth lord and only if Saturn is afflicting, then father lives till 50 years. Otherwise he will pass away early. It's not like that. In general, what this means is ninth lord being sun is very auspicious for father's longevity. Even if there is a Saturnine or Martian affliction to sun, still even if there is a malefic affliction, you can include Rahu because he is like Saturn, your case. Still, the person's father lives till 50 years of age. So in your case, ninth lord is with Rahu, not Saturn, but very similar. But he is in own house, so your case is even stronger. So it shows a long life of father. Okay. So what you asked earlier, Parashara has answered now. You are 42. Yeah. So approximately 50. Bottom line is long life. Right. Interestingly, 42, 43, 44 these years are ruled by Rahu and Ketu. In terms of the natural years, your early 40s are ruled by Rahu. So when you are ruled by, that is when Kalasapta Yoga, Kalamrata Yoga, all these yogas will start working. So when you are actually under the Rahu's influence based on natural years, that is when your father passed away. So that is an interesting coincidence. And here, why 50, I don't really know. There must be some significance. But the bottom line is, the afflicting planets years, natural years, that is something that you should pay attention to. And of course, it's Dasha and Antardasha. If Rahu's Antardasha is running, it's not good for father in your case, like that. The next verse. The next verse is, where are we? Bhagya Saptamage Surye Bhratra Saptama Bhagya Saptamage Surye Bhratra Saptamagastamaha. Oh, Sashtebde Panchavimshabde Pitur Maranamadishet. Okay. Bhagya Saptamage Surya means sun is in which house? 7th from 9th, which means 3rd. Sun is in the 3rd house. Sun is in the 3rd house. Bhratru Saptamagastamaha. Bhratru Saptamagastamaha means either in the 3rd house or 7th house. Tamaha. Who is Tamaha? Rahu. The word is typically used for Rahu. Tamas means dark. The planet who has no light, which is Rahu. How did he translate? It should be. How did he translate? Yeah, he translated as Rahu only. That is logical. Oh, he translated as 7th from the 3rd. That means 9th house. Okay, here Santanam and I differ. So Santanam, Bhagya, Saptamagya, he is translating same way. If the sun is in the 7th from 9th. But he is saying Rahu is in the 7th from 3rd. I mean, to say sun is in the 7th from 9th and then Rahu is in the 7th from 3rd would be too indirect. What I feel is Bhratra Saptamagastamaha means not 7th from 3rd. It means either 3rd or 7th specifically. So what it means is sun is in the 3rd house and Rahu is either in the 3rd house or 7th house. That is my take. I differ from Santanam here. Shasthebde, Panchavinchabde, either in the 6th year or 25th year, Pitur Maramaite, father will pass away. So basically, not a long life. Why? Why so? Why is it bad? Well, why is it bad? Rahu is aspecting sun and the 9th from sun. So the Karaka sun, he happens to be in Marakasthana from 9th house, and moreover, both sun and the 9th house from sun are being aspected by Rahu. So it's not good. Right? Okay. The next combination is Randhrajaamitrage Mande, Randhrajaamitrage Mande, Mandajaamitrage Ravo, Randhrajaamitrage Mande. So Mandajaamitrage Ravo, Trimshaika Vamvimse, Trimsha Ekavimse, Shadvimse. Oh, 3 possibilities. Trimsha Ekavimse, Shadvimse. They are going to be okay. Randhra Jamitraga. What does Jamitra mean? 7th house. Randha means 8th house. Right. So Randhra Jamitraga. So 8. It could either mean 8th house or 7th house. 1 second. Let me think about this. Randhra Jamitrage Mande, Manda Jamitrage Ravo. So Santanam translated as Saturn is in the 7th from 8th. It means 2nd house. My interpretation is, again, there are 2 interpretations. you can like Santanam said, you can say Saturn is in the 8th from 7th, or you could simply say Saturn is in either 7th house or 8th house. Both are terrible interpretations. My feeling is it is Saturn is in the 7th or 8th house. So Saturn is in one of the 2 houses, either 7th or 8th. Mandad Jamitrage Ravo, and Sun happens to be in Samsaptaka from Saturn. So there is Ravisani Samsaptaka, Sun and Saturn in mutual 1st and 7th from each other, and Saturn in the 7th or 8th house. Then what? Trimsha Ekavimse Shadvimse. Either in the 30th or 21st or 26th year, father will pass away. 21, 26, 30. These are the years when father will pass away. Okay. Why is this combination bad for father? First of all, Saturn is aspecting Sun. Saturn is aspecting Sun. And secondly, Saturn either aspects Lagna or 2nd house from 9th house. Take 9th house as Lagna for father. Saturn is aspecting either 1st house or 2nd house. Okay. So it is not good for father. The next combination is Bhagye se Nicha Rashisthe Tadi se Bhagya Rashige Shadvim se De Trayastrim se Pitur Maranamadishet Bhagye se Nicha Rashisthe. If the 9th lord is in debility, but Tadi se Bhagya Rashige, the lord of that house where he is debilitated is in 9th house. Pardon me? Right, exactly. There is a parivartana. The 9th lord is debilitated, but he has a parivartana with the lord of that house. Then Shadvimse Trayastrimse, 26th year or 30 Trayastrimse. Trayastrimsa means Shadvimse or Trayastrimse. Yeah, 33. 26 or 33. At the age of 26 or 33, father will, actually he gave us 26 or 30. I don't know why he said that. Trayastrimsa definitely means 33. So 26 or 30, third year, father will pass away. So is it a good combination or bad combination? Is it a long life or short life combination? 9th lord in debility, is it good or bad? Pardon me? Yeah. Is in debility. It's not good for a long life. But there is a parivartana. Whichever house he is in, the lord of that house is capable of giving Nijabhanga Rajyoga, right? If a planet is debilitated in a particular house, either the lord of that house or the planet who is exalted there, they can give Nijabhanga Rajyoga if they are in Kendra. So taking 9th house as Lagna lord is in debility, but the lord of that house being in Lagna, he gives kind of Nijabhanga Rajyoga. So it's not great, but it is not terrible also. This is a medium kind of combination. This is neither long life nor short life kind of combination. That is why father passes away when the native is either 26 or 33, which are both reasonably long. It's not really a short life. Nothing to be too concerned about. Evam jatasya daivagno phalam gnatva viniddiset. Like this for the native, the knower of God or knower of astrology, the astrologer, phalam gnatva, should know the results and viniddiset, and explain properly, indicate properly. Paramocchamsage shukre bhagye shena samanvite bhratrusthane shaniyute bahu bhagyadipo bhavet. Now he beat the topic of father to death. Now he is doing other things. He is talking about fortune, because 9th house is also the chart of fortune. Which chart is to be seen here, if he may, apart from Rashi, for these combinations? D4 is the chart of Bhagyamsa. Paramochamsage Shukre. Pardon me? Well, Navamsa is for Kalatranam Chintanam. For Bhagya, he specifically said Chaturthamsa. You asked the same question in the last class also. For Bhagya, when he defined all the charts at the beginning, he explained, he mentioned that D4 shows the Bhagya, the fortune of the native. Basically the house and the land and the property, those are the measures of your fortune. Fortune comes because of your dharma, but it comes in the form of land or properties, the properties that you own. So D4, that is your fortune. D2 is your assets, your wealth. It is not really Bhagya. Bhagya, the word was used specifically for Chaturthamsa. So I suggest looking at Chaturthamsa, but obviously wealth is also relevant to fortune. So it is relevant to look at Hora also, but mainly Chaturthamsa. Paramochamsage Shukre. Venus is deeply exalted, which is towards the end of Pisces, somewhere 27, 28 degree or some degree. You can refer to books. Bhagye Shena Samanvite. And with the 9th lord. Bhratrusthane Shaniyute. And Saturn is in the 3rd house. Bahu Bhagyadipo Bhavet. Then the person will be very fortunate. Why is it so? Well, 9th lord is with an exalted planet. And Venus is the Karaka for fortune. And he is exalted deeply. And he is in the 9th lord. It is auspicious. Karaka and the lord are together. Karaka is deeply exalted. And Saturn in the 3rd. Is it good? Well, Saturn for a malefic planet like Saturn, Upasayas are good. 3rd house is very good. So this makes the person very, very fortunate. For me? Right. The fact that he is Saturn is not good. Saturn being in aspecting the 9th house is not that good. But Saturn in the 3rd house, who shows, pardon me, Upasaya, she shows basically 3rd house is the house of Parakrama. And Saturn is a slow and steady planet. So a slow and steady planet being in the Parakrama Sthana shows somebody who doesn't basically do anything rash, but once he decides I need to get this property or I need to get this, he will basically work very stubbornly. See, basically stubborn. Saturn is stubborn, whereas Mars is decisive. So Saturn in 3rd makes him very stubborn, and initiative is very long lasting. So when that kind of Saturn is aspecting 9th house, all that initiative is used for fortune. So it is good that way. Very determined, extremely determined and stubborn. Of course, if 9th lord was weak and Venus was weak, then simply Saturn being in the 3rd house won't ensure great fortune. But here is all round good combination. A malefic in the third house, aspecting 9, and ninth lord with exalted Venus. The next combination, Guruna samyute bhagye, Guruna samyute bhagye, Kadishe kendra rashige, Vimsyad varshat param chaiva, Bahubhagyam vinirdishet. Guruna samyute bhagye. If Jupiter is in the ninth house, Kadishe kendra rashige, and the ninth lord is in a kendra. Vimsyad varshat means from the 20th year. Param chaiva means a lot. Bahubhagyam vidishet. So from the 20th year, the person will have multiple fortunes, a lot of fortune basically. So early success. The person will have early fortune. So what is needed? Jupiter in ninth house and ninth lord in a kendra. Are both good combinations? Yeah, Jupiter in ninth is a very benefic planet. Whichever house he is in, he blesses that house. So Jupiter in the ninth house shows great blessings from the previous dharmas, and the ninth lord is in a kendra. So it shows all those blessings basically coming to fructification. Kendras are the houses that show the effort. Those are the Vishnu sthanas. So it is good. It is basically a link between Lakshmi sthana and Vishnu sthana. The next combination is yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Right. He may either, instead of playing one role versus the other, he may actually combine the two roles. Because he wants to give fortune, but at the same time, being the sixth lord, he wants to give some struggle. Well, it depends on how the sixth karka is. Because for the project of making this person fortunate or making this person dharmic, Jupiter is project manager. He is accountable for that project, right? And being in that house, he will take good care of it. But the job entrusted to him, he is not really accountable for it, but a job given to him is to give struggle. Depends on how strong the project manager of that project is. If he is strong, he will say, well man, you got a promotion and you are project manager of that project, but you are very much on my project. You are managing a group in my project. You have to do justice to that group. So give some struggle also. So it depends on the strength of Mars and Saturn, who are the karakas of the sixth house. If they are strong and if they have a good relation with Jupiter, he may actually end up giving both. The person may have a lot of fortune and also have to struggle to keep that fortune. Or the person may do big dharmic karmas, he may establish big dharmic organizations or big temples, but always struggling on account of those. Mars is debilitated. Okay? If the third and sixth lord is debilitated, then that indication is weakened. Yeah. But it's not just debilitation. It is where he is, what is the relation with Jupiter. Even if he is debilitated, if he is an Admitra of Jupiter, Jupiter may have to listen to him. Suppose they are in mutual kendras or mutual trikonas and they are good friends. They will listen to each other then. Right? Pardon me? Exactly. Excellent point. So there may be some fortune through litigation also. There are so many possibilities, obtain possibilities. You just have to be creative, and hopefully the right inspiration will come to you at the right time. Excellent. Very good. You have seen one case, but find an example of this. Yeah. I see. Interesting, yeah. If good combinations are associated with 6th lord, it can come after litigation or it can come with struggle. Of course, litigation is a struggle. The next verse is Paramocham Sage Saumye Bhagye Se Bhagya Rasige. Paramocham Sage Saumye. Mercury is deeply exalted now, not Venus like in the previous one. Bhagye Se Bhagya Rasige. 9th lord is in 9th house. Shatrimshatya Param Chaiva. Shatrimshatya Param Chaiva. Bahubhagyam Vinirdishe. From the 36th year, there will be great fortune. Okay, so 9th lord in the 9th house, in general that shows great fortune. And Mercury is deeply exalted. So it is from the natural year of Mercury, 36. Could even be earlier, 24 like that. Or it could even be Mercury under the chart. But basically, Mercury being deeply exalted is good for fortune. Any planet actually being deeply exalted is good. And Mercury is Karaka for, Venus is Karaka for Bhagya, that is why Venus was mentioned earlier. And Mercury is not really Karaka of fortune, but he is Karaka of livelihood. So if he is exalted, the person can have good livelihood or even business. Mercury is the Karaka for business. So either in the job, professional, basically professional fortune. The next combination is Lagne se Bhagya Rasisthe Bhagya se Lagna Samjute. So in the Lagna, 9th lords have a Parvatana. Guruna Samjute Jure Dhanavahana Labhakrut. Okay. So Lagna lord and 9th lord have Parvatana. Guruna Samjute Jure. The 7th house is conjoined with Guru, Jupiter. Dhanavahana Labhakrut. Then the person will have wealth, vehicles and profits. This is a good combination. Why is it a good combination? Well, Lagna lord and 9th lord are mutually exchanging, and Jupiter being in the 7th house, he is aspecting the Lagna, he is aspecting the 9th lord. So Jupiter's aspect on the 9th lord is there. So it's an all-round good combination. So it shows good success. And this also means if Lagna lord is in 9th and 9th lord is in Lagna, where is AL and where is A9? Both will be in the 5th house. Right? So 5th house has a conjunction of AL and A9. Is it a good yoga or not? It's basically a materialistic Raj Yoga. So wealth, vehicles, profits, gains, all these things make sense. It's a nice Raj Yoga. The next verse is Bhagyad Bhagya Vato, must be Gato. Bhagyad Bhagya Gato Rahus Tadishe Nidhanam Gate Bhagye Se Nicha Rasisthe Bhagya Hero Bhavennarah. If Rahu is in the 9th from 9th, which means 5th house, and the dispositor of Rahu is in Nidhanam. Nidhanam means death, 8th house. So 5th lord is in the 8th house. 5th lord is in the 8th house and Rahu in 5th. Bhagye Se Nicha Rasisthe. And the 9th lord is in debility. Bhagya Hero Bhavennarah means the person will be unfortunate. Why? Rahu is in the 5th house. Is it good or bad? If the 5th lord is in 8th house, why is it bad? 5th lord in 8th house, why is it bad? 5th house and 9th house show for all the previous karmas. They are your fortune. Especially 5th house is also known as what house? Purva Punya. The previous fortunes, the previous good karmas. So the house of the Lord of the Purva Punya house, he is in the 8th house. Is it good for Purva Punya? No. So that is not good. And Rahu in the 5th house, is it good for fortune? Again, Purva Punya house is being beaten down by Rahu, a malefic planet. Moreover, he is aspecting the 9th house of fortune also from the 5th house. So all those things are not good, and as though, I mean, despite them, if the 9th lord is strong, it can save the person. But here 9th lord is also debilitated. He is in the house of debility. So things are looking quite bad. So he says the person is unfortunate. Bhagyahina means bereft of fortune, devoid of fortune. The next verse, verse 31. Bhagyasthanagate mande shashina cha samanvite. Bhagyasthanagate mande shashina cha samanvite. Lagre se nicha rashisthe bhikshasi cha naro bhavet. Ninth house contains Saturn along with Moon. So the house of fortune contains Moon and Saturn, which is the combination for depression and sadness. So the person is depressed on account of his fortune. He is unhappy on account of his or her fortune. Lagneshe Nicharashita. Lagna Lord is in debility, which means the overall essence of the person is weak. Then Bhikshasi means Bhikshasi. The person will, Asa means desire. Desirous of begging. Desirous of alms. The person is always looking for alms from begging. So the person goes begging for food. Means very unfortunate, not having much. Okay. Again, this is a very, you will find this combination in a lot of charts. It's not very rare. Moon and, I mean, not a frequent combination, but it's not too rare. Moon and Saturn are together roughly how many times? Wherever Saturn is, the probability that Moon will also be there is 1/12, and the probability that it happens to be the 9th house is 1/144. So out of 1/144 charts will have it, but of course Lagna Lord has to be in debility. So it's a little rare, but if you find it, you can't just jump to the conclusion. Around 1 in 1000 people will have it. It only shows on account of 9th house, the father will be on account of 9th house, the person will be sad. Could be father, could be fortune, could be anything. So the person. Okay. Okay.
If you look at
okay.
because saintly people, the saintly person is always begging for the food. He is begging, and they have lost the ego is at the.
Yeah, but this is not a combination for losing ego. This is a combination for being sad at your fortune. So if you are looking at a saintly person who is living by begging, probably you won't find this combination. You will find some other combination. Because this combination is not coming from losing ego.
No, I'm not. I was different. I was not referring to ego.
Right.
Not didn't come to me, but I was thinking when you said the combination is the person who lives on the begging.
Yeah.
But most you see the most of the spiritual or the renounced people, they only get their food.
I know, but that is what I am saying. Probably you should not expect this combination to be present in their chart, because this combination is talking about not, well, it could also mean Moon and Saturn together could also, it's a combination for renunciation. So their being in the 9th house could also actually, what you said, I take what I said back. It could also mean for dharmic reasons to renounce, to detach the mind from your fortune, from your positions and fortune, to detach your mind. So it could either mean being sad on account of your fortune, or it could also mean renouncing or detaching your mind from your fortune. Could mean either of them. But the thing is, Lagna Lord is in debility. If a big saint is there, you won't expect Lagna Lord to be weak. You expect Lagna Lord to be strong. But again, if Lagna Lord is debilitated, it doesn't mean the person is weak person. It means the person may be working hard. So it is possible to find this in a saint's chart, but I will only expect the first part, Moon and Saturn together, or even together in the 9th house. That is a possibility. But Moon and Saturn, but Lagna Lord being in debility It is specifically a combination for misfortune. For a Lagna is the overall essence of the person, the character and essence of the person. That is basically weak. There is something, Lagna Lord being debilitated means the person is in general sad, in general depressed. He is not a very optimistic kind of person, he is a pessimistic kind of person. So, this is a combination for somebody who is unfortunate and he is begging and is not too excited about it. The last combination. Oh, no combination actually, just summary. Evam bhagya phalam vipra. Like this, the results of the ninth house, O Brahmin, Sankshepat Kasdam Maya. Very briefly explained by me. Lagnesha bhagya bhavesha. Lagnesha, Lagna Lord, bhagya bhavesha. The ninth Lord, Sitya Anjadapi. From the position of the Lagna Lord and the ninth Lord, and from other things also. With this head, you should judge the ninth house results. So this is what Parasara teaches about the ninth house. So we will move to our careers in the next class. That will probably take a couple of classes. So that is the 11th house is very fast. 12th house also seems fast. Okay, so that is the end of the 9th house. And what I want to do is, you send the spreadsheet, thanks for it, the Excel spreadsheet.
Did you get the latest one?
I think I did. Yeah, I got it. But what I said is, I don't use all this. I just use what I use what my father uses basically. In the Pedapartivari Panchangam, Andhrapatrika Panchangam, there is a table basically. I just, apart from the Yorikotam, all these things, if you basically want a quick summary, synopsis of how good or how bad it is, people basically use these Gunamayana Chakra or Gunankas. So I'll just distribute the Xerox copy. It is in Telugu, but luckily all of you know Telugu. Right now this is a Telugu class. Now we are using English. So the way I'll just explain the way you use this. So the bridegroom's nakshatra is on the top. Is on the top row. You see that Ashvi, Bha, Kru, Ro, Mru, right? That is Ashvi, Bharani, Kru 1. And then there is Kru 3, which is the remaining 3 padas of Kritika. Then Rohini, then Mru 2 is first 2 padas of Mrugasara. Then the next Mru 2 in the next box is Mrugasara 3rd and 4th padas. Now you must have understood everything. So these boxes are 12 Rasis. See, first box has Ashvi, Bha and Kru 1. So that is Mesh Rasi, Ashwini Nakshatra, Bharani Nakshatra and Kritika first padam. The next box has Kru 3. 3 means 3 padas of Kritika. Second, third and fourth. Rohini, row for Rohini and Mru 2 for Mrugasara first and second pada. The next box is Gemini Rasi, Mithun Rasi. It has Mru 2, which means third and fourth padas of Mrugasara, Ardra and Puna 3, which means Purasu first and second and third padas. The next box is Cancer, Karka Rasi. It has Puna 1, which means the last one Nakshatra Pada of Punarvasu, which is Punarvasu 4th Padam. Pushmiya Aslesha, right? Like that, find the Rashi and the Nakshatra Pada of interest. Locate that for the bridegroom in the first row, okay? And then, bride's Nakshatra. Similarly, you see, yeah, the top row is bridegroom. Locate bridegroom's Nakshatra there. And bride, Vadhu Nakshatra is this column. So, bride's Nakshatra locate in the column. And then match them. That column, row entry that you found, match them, find the number. We'll just do an exercise. Suppose there is a boy born in Hasta Nakshatra and a girl born in Ardra. What are the Gunankas? Girl is Ardra. So, Ardra is in the third box, right? In the middle of the third box. So write a line from Ardra, horizontal line from Ardra, and go till Hasta. What number do you get? 24. Everybody got 24? One more. The girl is born in Jyeshtha and the boy is born in Anuradha. Boy Anuradha, girl Jyeshtha. Okay. One more. Huh? Girl ball, okay. Girl ball Pushmi, boy ball Puravasu. Puravasu which padam? Puravasu fourth padam. Girl Pushmi, boy Puravasu fourth padam. 35. Right?
Boy you said what?
Punarvasu fourth padam.
Boy
So look for the Punarvasu fourth padam is Puna 1 in the fourth bar. It isn't cancelled. So 35. Girl is Pushmi. So if you see Pushmi and Punarvasu fourth padam, it is 35. Whereas if had it been Punarvasu not fourth padam but third padam, the previous Rashi, the score would be, it would jump down all the way from 35 to 21. The moons will be in mutual Durdvasas instead of being together. So things are changing a little bit just based on the Rashi. Pardon me? Above 18 is good. Pardon me? Yeah. If you see here, you see some match, some don't match. Actually, no, actually, if both nakshatras are same, the score is always 28. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. 28 points or something, yeah.
The maximum here is what, 36?
36, yeah.
And anything above 20 is good.
Anything above 18 is good. But if you get something like above 25, it is really good. If you get 30 or something, it's really good.
What is the actual these points? Are they counted?
Based on all the things in the document that you sent.
So they summarize.
It's consolidated from all those things. Because bottom line is you are talking about the Rashi and the Nakshatra. The Janma Rashi and Janma Nakshatra, that is the
I don't know
input.
how he completed the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Takes the sum of these things out of 50.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the 50 he is taking out of the position of Lagna.
Right. That is just
And then he is giving a percentile.
right. That is basically just an innovative own formula. Whereas this is basically what is used not in SJC tradition, but this is very popular in South India. Not just South India, in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Lot of states they use this scheme. The exact numbers, there may be some slight differences, but the bottom line is, if you look at the breakdown of this, for example, like you said, same nakshatra. If you look at the Nadi Kutam, both will be in the same Nadi. If you see things like Devaganam, Rakshasaganam, Manushyaganam, both will be same Gana. If one is Rakshasa, other is also Rakshasa, which is good. You can't marry a god to a demon, right? So you have this Gana, one is three parts, demons, human beings and gods. So you can't marry human being, a demon to a god, etc. If you have the same nakshatra, it will be the same Gana. Similarly, there is Yonikota. So Yonikota again, you can't marry a snake to, for example, a mongoose, or you can't marry a deer to a lion. But if both are same, and of course those are from the nakshatra. So if both are same nakshatra, both are deer, or both are tiger, or both are mongoose, or both are snake, so it is good. So most of the things are good, but there are things which are not good, like the Nadi Kotam. Ekanadi is not good. Both should not be in the same Nadi. So one has to be, if one is Adinadi, the other has to be Madhya or Antyanadi, beginning, middle and end. So like that, if it is same nakshatra, there are certain things where there is a problem, but most things will be fine. So if you see the Telugu text at the end, it says, Brahmanulaku Grahamaitriyunu, Kshatriyulaku Ganakotamunu, Vaishyulaku Rashikotamu, like a Tridirghakotamu, Shudrulaku Yonipantanamo, Samhuga Mundi, 18 గణములకు పైన వచ్చినతో వివాహములకు అధిక శుభం. So after teaching astrology for such a long time, I get to speak something in Telugu. ఏకగణం శుభం. I will do that. దేవ మనుష్య గణములు మధ్యమము, దేవరాక్షస గణములు వైరము, మనుష్య రాక్షస గణములు మరణము. మనుష్య రాక్షసయో వివాహ న కార్య. ఓకే, నౌ బ్రాహ్మణులకు గ్రహమైత్రి. ఓకే, సో వాట్ దిస్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ ఈజ్, for Brahmins, if you are seeing matches, the first criterion is use this table Maybe we can scan this table and put a PDF somewhere so that those who are listening to the MP3 can download. We'll look at that. But there is a table that you can basically, using which you can get score based on the nakshatra and the rasi of the bride and bridegroom. So above 18 is a good score. On top of it, out of all the ganas that are given in the article that Vijay forwarded to the list, certain things are said to be important for certain castes, certain varnas. For Brahmanas, what is important? Grahamaitri. So the Lord of the moon sign, whether they are friends or not. The Lord of the moon sign. For example, my wife's moon sign is Taurus. Who's the Lord of Taurus? Venus. My moon sign is Aquarius. Who's the Lord? Saturn or Rahu. Is Venus a friend of Saturn or Rahu? Yes. So there is Graha Maitri. So for my wife and me, of course we have actually, let's take an example. I am born in Purabhadra 3rd Padam and my wife is born in Mugashishra 2nd Padam. What is the score? Second Padam. 23. What? I am born in Purabhadra 3rd Padam. Yeah.
29.
Right. So in the you look at the column corresponding to Purabhadra 3rd, which is basically in the 11th box.
Right.
So Purabhadra 3 and Mugashishra 2 is basically in Vrishabha. So if you see, the score is 29. So it is above 18, so the score is okay. And in addition, for Brahmanas, what is really important? Graha Maitri. So Venus and Saturn are friends, and Venus and Rahu are also friends. So it is a match that can be approved just based on the thumb rules used in tradition. On top of it, we can use Upada and all these things that we have in astrology, our tradition. Okay, but this is the basis of so many marriages, successful marriages in South India. This particular table. Now, for Brahmanas, Graha Maitri. For Kshatriyas, what is more important? Ganakotam. What is Ganakotam? The Rakshasa, Manushya and Devaganas. I haven't printed out that page, but that is there in the document also. I just printed this summary because instead of you doing all the math and adding them up, you can just refer to the table. But for Ganas, you can refer to the document sent by Vijay or Keshu, one of you sent the document. So certain nakshatras are part of the human group. Gana basically means group. Human group, certain are demon group, or certain are god group. So you should basically try to find the same kind of group. So if you get the same group, Yakaganam Shubham means same group is auspicious. Deva Manushya Ganamalu Madhyamam. If you can get one being a god and one being a human, that is fine. That is medium. That is not great, but that is acceptable. That is okay. If you get god and demon, that shows enmity. If husband and wife, one of them belongs to the godly group and the other belongs to the demonly group, it shows them at loggerheads and fighting all the time. But they will be able to fight. The gods are capable of fighting the demons. So there is a stalemate. There is a fight that goes on. On the other hand, if you take human being and demon, the demon can kill the human being and eat. So it basically shows maranam. The result given here is death is possible. It may not be literal death, but one person will be suffering like anything. So Manushya Rakshasayo Vivaha Nakaryaha. You should never do a marriage between a human being and a demon. Of course, if you find somebody's gana being Rakshasa, don't tell them you are a demon. Not really like that. But when it comes to the mental compatibility of those two people, the person belonging to the Rakshasa gana will be behaving like a Rakshasa, will be basically more oppressive and more forceful against the other person, and the other person will be suffering.
Why did he say that that is applicable to everybody, right? Why only for
Okay, now it is applicable to everybody, but if you want to look at each gana for everybody, you can do that. But
but why is he separating Ganakotam only for Kshatriya?
That's what I am saying. You can look at all quotas, each of the quotas for everybody. But the problem is, there won't be a perfect match. You won't find a match which is giving good results with respect to everything. So, if there are Brahmanas The understanding is they are just a Brahmin man is interested in pursuit of knowledge, and the wife is also interested in serving the husband and getting moksha at the end of the life. Both of them are interested in moksha. So all these ego clashes and one dominating the other will not become a big problem. Whereas Kshatriyas, that's basically the royal caste, the warrior caste. So their nature is to fight and dominate. So in their caste, this particular compatibility in terms of who dominates who wins the fight, this is more relevant. And I want to make one point here. Never jump to the wrong conclusion that these castes are determined based on your birth. Even if you are born in a Brahmin family, if you are somebody who wants to rule the world, control the whole world, you are a Kshatriya, you are not a Brahmin. These castes are in the old days. Pardon me? Yeah, it's based on guna and karma, based on your nature and based on your work. That is how caste comes. But when the person doesn't, when the person's nature is still developing and the person is still not working and the person is too small, the caste is determined based on father. So a father and mother, that is how you get the caste. But once you have an individuality of your own, you get a caste. If you are interested in knowledge and moksha, you are a Brahmin. If you are interested in controlling other people, influence and authority over other people, you are a Kshatriya. If you are interested in money, you are a Vaishya, money and profits. If you are interested in carnal pleasures, then you are a Shudra. That is the definition. So here, for Kshatriyas, Ganakota is more important. For Vaishyas, the Rashikota or Stri Dirghakota are more important. And for Shudras, Yonikotam. What is Yonikotam? It's basically the sexual compatibility seen from the lunar constellation. So that is more important. So again, you can find all those things in the document sent by Vijay. So spend a little time, we will discuss it more later. But based on the nature of the person, how to determine the nature, whether somebody is a Shudra or Kshatriya, you can determine it astrologically or non-astrologically. That I leave to you. But once you determine it, those particular ganas have to be given, those particular quotas have to be given extra importance. Okay? With that, I end today's class. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.